Good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. How are y'all doing today? Who do we got in here? What up, Seth? How are you? How are you? How are you? How's everybody doing this Saturday morning? Anybody got any fun plans? Finn Picks, good. You? What up? Good, good, good. I'm good. Got a chance to sleep in this morning. You know, it's the weekend. Finn Picks, what up, Finn Picks? How are you? I gotta check my status on TikTok because I'm trying to reach a goal on TikTok. It's about like the TikTok classes, not the classes. What is it called? The tiers? I forget what they're called. Creator rankings, that's what it's called. It's hard. Currently, I'm D1. And I don't think I've ever been C5. So it goes like D5, D4, D3, and so on. And then it goes C5 all the way to C1 and then B5 and so on and so forth. And I've never been C5. So I'm going to see how we can get there. Hello, I got myself a tripod now. Nice. What tripod did you get yourself, buddy? Good for you, man. Everybody needs a tripod, man. Everybody needs a tripod. Everybody needs a tripod. Oh. Why is this so huge? The fuck? That thing was massive for some reason. Whoopsie. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. 2017. Just woke up 12:17 in the afternoon. Damn, you definitely slept in. Finn Picks, it's some old tripod my dad found in his office, and I got. Damn, that's all you need, man. As long as it works. As long as it works, dude. GG's dad, you know. Yeah, GG's dad. What's up, YouTube? What's going on, guys? Yo, last night we did a bunch of profile reviews, Instagram profile reviews, and portfolio reviews. It went well. I got, how many did I get? Like 8 or 9. It was a nice turnout. It was a nice turnout. I'm still kind of figuring out how to get stuff figured out. Chase, what up, Chase? Rate my Instagram. I'm not doing any rating today. I'm just kind of doing some other types. What am I doing today? Just camera chatting today. Maybe I'll do some rating tonight. Make sure to follow. The way that it works, though, for the rating is if you find me, wherever you find me, whether it be TikTok or Kick or Twitch, in order to get a free review, you have to follow on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, and DM me on TikTok so that you get added to a queue. And then you send a message on YouTube. And that's pretty much it. Did you get a chance to see my TT photography page a few weeks ago? I don't remember. It was probably too long ago. I look at a lot of stuff. I plan on selling an old Corolla I got to afford a 70 or 200. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, man. If it's not running, you know what I mean? Yeah, if it's not running. Trying to shoot my own surprise engagement proposal in Sony with an A5000 and a kit lens enough. You're trying to shoot it? What do you mean? Like you want to be... Like you are engaging and proposing to somebody and you'd like to photograph it yourself? Is that what you're saying? Golden Moments Photography, what up? Top of the morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's 8:20 for me over here, guys. It's a little bit later than normal, but it is the weekend, and it's the first day of my 1 week vacation off work, so decided to sleep in a little bit. I'll buy a camera, then I'll be handing it over to my niece to capture us. Oh, how old is your niece? Is she a child or is she a teenager? With a kit lens, I mean, if she's a decent photographer, is she a good photographer? She should be fine. She should be fine. Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna get any like award-winning photos out of it probably, but that's okay, man. That's not what it's for. You just want to capture the moment, right? Yeah, you want to capture the moment. It'll be fine, dude. If that's what you're looking for, like if you're looking for photos to capture the moment for you guys to like put it into like a photo book, a photo album, and keep it for years, that'll serve its purpose. You know what I mean? Yeah, she'll be fine, dude. She'll be fine. Yeah, if you're looking for award-winning photos that you guys are gonna print off and hang over your fireplace, you know, and hand it down to your next generation of kin, then probably hire somebody. You know what I mean? But if that's not your ultimate goal and you just want somebody to like, you know, capture the moment, you know, you should be fine. Yeah, you should be fine. You know, that kind of speaks to like a little bit of I oftentimes see brides complaining on, just because of my algorithm, complaining on social media about, hey, I paid $500 to this photographer and these are the photos he delivered. I'm like, yeah, those look like $500 photos. Like like, yeah. You know, in weddings, specifically in weddings, maybe in some other types of niches, the photographer and the videographer are always the last ones to get paid. Always. It never fails. It never fails. And I don't blame the people hosting the party or the event or having the wedding, because they don't have a full understanding of, like, they just don't like grasp the concept of it just yet. You know, the first person that gets paid is like the venue, right? The venue always gets paid, and then the food always gets paid for, the DJ always gets paid for, the florist always gets paid, but the last person that always gets paid is usually the photographer or the videographer. And somebody kind of outlined it kind of like this, like, if you think about it, you know, the venue, you don't get to keep the property after you're done with it, right? The food, everybody eats the food and then the scraps get thrown away, right? The florist, all of the flowers, if you got decent flowers, they're all gonna wilt away and they're all gonna die. The DJ is gonna pack up his gear and he's gonna go home, right? What do you get to keep forever? What's the one thing that you get to keep forever from your day, your special day? The photos, the video, all of those keepsakes. You get to keep all of those things. And typically that's what people really skimp on the most, which is why after the fact, they come to the realization like, damn, these photos suck. And it's like, yeah, you spent all your budget on other things that were temporary. Photos are forever. A7R5 or the A7V? Depends if you want the resolution. Depends if you want the resolution. Golden Moments Photography. Do you do any kind of wedding stuff? It's based off of your name. It sounds like you do. I haven't checked out your account. Need your opinion. It depends if you want the resolution, man. That's really it. Since my family reunion, I've taken about 500 photos of my family. That's nothing, bro. That's nothing. I take 500 photos an hour. When I go out, dude, I take thousands of photos. Yeah, thousands of photos. What's going on? Good morning, YouTube. What's going on with you guys? Welcome in, welcome in. We're just chatting about cameras and kind of, I was going on with a little tangent there for a second, but I do quinceañeras. I got it. Yeah, same with the quinceañeras, you know, same with the quinceañeras. Like, the food always gets paid for, the banda always gets paid for, you know, all the location always gets paid for first. The photographer and the videographer is always the one that gets like skimped on. Quinceañeras is a good niche to get into, because quinceañeras, if you get entrenched with the family, you know, and there's a lot of family members there and you do good work, everybody has a cousin with us having a quinceañera, everybody has a birthday, everybody has a maternity shoot, there's engagement. So like getting into a little network of family members of a big family is like pretty solid. It's not going to pay off like in weeks, but that'll be like, if you're known in that little group of families, like that's the guy with the camera that I booked for my quinceañera or for my wedding, let's call him up, because you know him, that you become a little bit like, I don't want to get too personal, but like you become part of the family, like coalition of like, hey, that's the guy that does our photos, you know what I mean? And Hispanic families are big, you know, big families, like Italian families, big families. Still confused why DJs get paid the same for 1 hour as photographers get for hours. Well, they do a lot of work. DJs do a lot of work. You know, DJs got to keep the vibe going. They're doing a lot. Yeah, I try my best not to, like, you know, just be personally, like, not to, I don't want to say pass judgment, but like minimize other people's work, because I know that they're probably doing a lot. They have a lot of gear to pack up. They have a lot of working knowledge on the stuff that they do. So it's not my business how much they get paid, but I know what I'm worth, right? Or you should know what you're worth at least. So pocket watching is if you're not mature enough to handle pocket watching, you probably shouldn't be pocket watching. And some media, yep, got it. Though the resolution sounds amazing, the newer sensor upgrades from the A7 found, yeah. So meaning it just depends on what kind of photos and your editing style. Like I really like the R5 Mark II or the R5 larger megapixel sensor cameras, because in my editing style, I like to have a lot of freedom. So like I take a great photo or I take a photo that looks decent, but in the edit, I like to crop it in different aspect ratios. And I like to have that flexibility. You know, I might be doing some editing here in a little bit that I've been using the R5 Mark II with. And yeah, it's pretty great. The 61 megapixels is crazy, dude. But also, you know, think about the A7 R5 and like, if you're thinking about doing any kind of fast moving action or fast moving sports, it only shoots, I think 10 FPS, you know? So that could be something for you to consider. Mason Waves, thinking about buying the ZV-E10 II. I currently have a 64. Do you think it's worth it? I'm using the ZV-E10 II right now, actually, on TikTok. This is what you guys are watching me on right now. I feel like I'm a little orange. One thing that I can tell you about the autofocus of the A7, the ZV-E10 II is how quick it is. And like, sometimes that's like not good. You see how it goes like, here, let me do this. One camera up here, this is a Canon and this is a Sony. And like, if I go to the Sony and I do the autofocus, watch how it focuses back on me. You see how snappy that is? Some people like that quick snappiness. I kind of don't. And that isn't me being too particular. It's just like, it feels very fake. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing on the Canon, and you're going to notice that it's much slower, but pay attention to the way that it racks focus back on me. So it takes a second and like it breathes into focus, and then I take it off and then it naturally falls back in focus with me. Can you guys see that? You see how it like kind of glides back into focus a little bit, and then the Sony is like bam, bam, super snappy, right? I think I can slow it down on my Sony just because that's the kind of look that I can that I like, you know. Do you recommend the 64 or the R50 for beginners? I like the R50. Scrolling through my stop to say good luck with your live, stranger. Thank you, stranger. The 30 FPS burst is only with Sony lenses. For which, the A7 IV? Yeah, that might be true, but I think they can still shoot faster than 10 for the A7 V. Yeah, I think it can still shoot faster than 5, and that's true. And that, you know what's funny, Meanie? Thanks for saying that. Is that a lot of people forget that like It's not unique to Sony. All cameras do this. All cameras have more features built into native lenses than they do with their third-party counterparts. And that's just so that people buy the actual Sony lenses. But people often do forget that. Like, oh, I can shoot 30. I'm like, what lens are you using? Then you're not getting your FPS that you want, you know? Julia, totally get it. I like the Canon too. Good morning, Julia. How are you? Thanks for hanging out over on YouTube land. Yeah, Julia was here last night when we were doing those reviews. Some people were hitters, man. Some people had some bangers. Is the A7 II still good? I think it's all right. I probably wouldn't pay a lot of money for it, though. What's your favorite film to use? Film in terms of like actual film photography? I don't really have one. A7C for beginners or intermediate? Thumbs up. Hey, kitty. Good morning, kitty. Good morning, kitty. Yeah, so yeah, some of those guys were pretty good for sure. For sure. Got a couple things planned for today, guys. I'm gonna be recording a new YouTube video today, or at least setting it up. Doing some photo editing, also doing some video editing, and then trying to think of some new content, some not product photography, some product videos to make as well. I have an EOS M50, can't afford lens yet. It's small, nice camera, would prefer Berkular, to be honest. The M50 is nice, dude. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like the M50. Yeah, Mr. Footy Photos, the 15-45, that's the kit lens. It's good to get you started. I would look at some of the Sigma lenses later on. The Sigma EFM lenses, the 16 is really nice. The 30, the 56, those are all really nice. I'm looking to get a new camera. I have the A7 II. What should I get with an 800 budget for sports? You should probably just keep that camera. Keep that camera and save up some more euros. I bought the Canon EOS M50 mirrorless. What lens should I buy? Depends on what you're doing, Andy. That's a great camera. I love the R50V. Mr. Footy Photos. Yeah, I'm looking at something. Can I pause the stream? You can pause it on YouTube if you want. Yeah, I'm looking at something like a U75 or 300 for sports. Yeah, I don't really like that lens too much. I think it's kind of like very, very below mid. Yeah. It takes time to save, you know, vlogging. Oh, cool. For vlogging, bro, I made a video the other day actually about vlogging with the R50V. The camera that I put together was the R50V. I'll show you. Was the R50V, and then I paired it with this lens right here. Actually, do I have it built? Oh yeah, it's right. It's right over here. I built this little rig the other day. Some of you guys might like it. It's an R50V, and I set it up vertical with a little side handle. So now I can like point it at myself, and then I can also rotate it whenever I want to record something forward, like in front of me. And then when I want to rotate it back. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. You know, and then obviously if you wanted to do this horizontal, you could if you just change the handle spot. But yeah, it actually is kind of cool. R50V, and this is the 18 to 50, but the lens that I was using the other day was this guy, the 10 to 18. This is probably what I would recommend. El Chocho Roll. El Cocho Roll? I need it. Saludos, bro. Just follow. Thank you for the follow. For distance, it's good enough, and I don't want to spend more than the EFM 55-200, which is 160. Yeah, man. I mean, if you're on a budget and that's what your goal is, just the thing is, as long as you can live with its limitations, then go for it, man. its limitations, its variable aperture, its softness and stuff like that. It's a decent lens for people that don't care about that kind of stuff. You know, it's just a cheap lens. I need it. Saludos, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Consider following or consider subscribing on YouTube if you guys haven't done so already. Last night we did do portfolio reviews, and I thought they went well. I'm going to be doing more of those for the remainder of this month. They're going to be for free, but then eventually I will be, they won't be for free. Yeah. Have you tried the 10 to 18 f2.8 Sigma, Andy? I think it's the perfect vlogging lens, bro. Even though we use dollars. What do you think about the I like the DJI Pocket 3, really nice. What's your opinion on the Tamron 17 to 70? It's a thumbs up for the 17 to 70. Yeah. $100 is a decent price. Yeah, $100 is a decent price. Mr. Footy Photos for sure. My diaries. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Chase, you should check out the refurbished Canon R8. I'm seriously consider getting it at that price. What is it? I know brand new, the R8 is still kind of expensive. It's very nice though. Where are you seeing it refurbished? On Canon site? Ooh, that is a good price, dude. Yeah, and coming from Canon, yeah, this is a nice price. The problem with refurbished stuff, oh, and it comes with a lens. The lens is poo-poo, but if it comes with a lens, that's a solid price, dude. Not gonna lie. The R8 is a fantastic camera. Yeah, you guys see this? Yeah. I wouldn't pay much attention to the kit lens, but if it comes with it, why not, right? That's a solid price, not gonna lie. On a more positive note, I have my gear ready going to take pics for Eatontown FC using like a nice, dude. Good for you. Just ungodly at pricing. How's the R50? Love the R50, George. Andy Montalvo. No, I haven't. I own the Sony ZV-E10 with a Sigma 16. Oh, so you're familiar with Sigma stuff. Sigma, you know, Sigma makes really great lenses, dude. So the 16 millimeter is really, really nice. I love the 16. I'm actually using it right here on the R50V. This shot right here. This shot right here is the 16 millimeter. It's a little bright, but it's a pretty decent lens. I stopped using my Canon R10 as a webcam recently. Just because I wanted to try out. I think I'm going to switch it back, but I'm going to buy another 23 millimeter lens. Because I do like the look of it. It's a nice camera. I swapped out my Sony, my R10 for a Sony. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. How much does the R50 usually cost? Because the prices here are 800 to 1,000. Over here, the R50 costs. How much does it cost? $600 for the body only. Keep in mind, I only give prices usually for body onlys. Let's see, R50. But it's more expensive. The R50 body only is $679 right here. Yeah, I get it, man. Cameras are expensive. I get it. What do you think of the A7R3 with a Sigma adapter to a Canon? I've never adapted a Canon lens to a Sony lens or a Sony mount. SZ Trace, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Nurse Elsa, what are you feeling on? What does that mean? Oh, filming on? On TikTok, I'm filming on a Sony ZV-E10 II. On YouTube, I'm filming on a R50. What lens should I get for Canon EOS 750D? Depends on what you're doing, Scythe. Would you recommend a Sony A7 IV and a Tamron 28-75 for street nature, travel, and photography? Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Felix, thank you for the follow. I would pick the R8 over the 6700 personally. The 6700 is nice, but I'd prefer the full frame, truthfully. What do you think about the Sony ZVE? I like the ZVE 10-2 or the ZVE 1. My dad just bought himself a Sony A1 M2. W's for dad, dude. W's for dad. That's pretty nice. Yeah, when you got money, you spend it, man. I got a buddy in here, Big Texas, who's always looking for new gear as well. He and I relate because we both like to buy gear. He's a little bit more of a hobbyist. I use my cameras for my work full time. Not that one's better than the other, but I like to spend money on lenses, gear, accessories, stuff like that, you know. Yeah, don't touch this A1 Mark II. You know why? Because it costs like, what is that, $8,000? Am I right? Sony A1 II. Yeah, cool, 7,000, you know. No big deal. Yeah, don't touch his camera, dude. That's like 2 mortgage payments, you know. I've got a Nikon Z8. Yeah, that's a pretty nice camera too, dude. Yeah, that's a pretty nice camera. A7 IV, A7 V video focus. A7 V, dude. The newer, better camera is always going to be better, dude. ¿Puedes platicarnos un poco de tu primer cliente? ¿Cómo iniciaste? Yeah, so I got my first client through Instagram. I just started reaching out to people that had, I was trying to do product photography. And I was just offering product photos. I didn't know what I was doing. I was watching a lot of YouTube videos about product photography. And I didn't even have a camera. I just had a cell phone. So basically, I was just selling myself as a product photographer, shooting with a cell phone. And I got a couple of clients that way, all through Instagram. Basically, I just reached out to people that were, this was during the COVID era. And there was a lot of people that were making stuff on Etsy, making stuff on Instagram and selling little homemade goods, candles, woodworking things, you know, selling their stuff. And I asked if they would be willing to send me their product in exchange for photography, so that they could use for their website. And they did. And they did. And then I just saved up enough money doing enough of those that I bought my first camera, which was the Canon M50. It took me about 6 months of saving. Again, I didn't know what I was doing. I'm still working a full-time job, only doing it on the weekends. So it took me about 6 months to save up $600, $700, I think is what the M50 cost me. And then slowly I started buying better lenses and understanding what lenses did. You know, it was a very slow process. It took about a year and a half, and then I bought a proper camera later on. Not that the M50 is not a proper camera, but the R6 was my first camera into like the prosumer world. My Samsung would beat your 6K camera. It would not. What about Blackmagic pocket cameras 4K? What about them, man? They're a little... what I've heard about Blackmagic cameras is that they're not very easy to use. Hi, mate. What camera should I buy to start? I like content creation. The R50V. R50V, for sure. Sony Alpha ZVE10 vlogging camera? Yeah, the ZVE10 II. What about Black Magic, bro? Quick question. What's up, Roberto? Thanks a lot. I got you, man. Also, El Chocho Roll, I do have some videos on my YouTube channel about getting started with product photography. So feel free to jump in on those videos and let me know if anything is an answer for you. What do you think about Hasselblad? I don't really like Hasselblad's too expensive. I'm too poor for Hasselblad. Have a Canon R50 as a start. Good. Is that good? Good choice. Is that good? R50 is nice. I like the R50. What do you think about the 6400? I like the 6400. For those of you guys that are joining over on TikTok, welcome in. We're just talking about cameras, lenses, lighting. Just feel free to ask your questions in the chat below. I'll try my best to answer it. If you are looking for free portfolio reviews, make sure to subscribe over to my YouTube channel. All of my links are in my profile picture, first link in bio. I'm going to be doing free portfolio reviews later on tonight. So if you're interested in getting a free portfolio review, consider subscribing. What kind of camera should I buy starting out in car photography? What are your options, Steve? Sí, he visto algunos, me hice suscriptor desde el primer live que entré. Okay, cool. Gracias. Gracias, El Chocho Roll. Would it be worth it from your experience, Roberto? What was your question, Roberto? The Hasselblad? Not worth it to me personally, Roberto. It's a badass camera, but too expensive for me. I have a Sony 64, haven't touched it in a minute. You should touch it, bro. Ghost Jeweler, micro camera. What is that? What's a micro camera? Like a small camera? Thoughts on the Canon R6 Mark III? I really like the R6 Mark III. I have one myself. Very nice. The Canon Mark II is good starter camera. What is the Canon Mark II? Okay, thank you. You got it, bro. No worries. I was thinking like a 70D Mark II or a 5D Mark III. I would probably do the 5D Mark III. If I can afford both the R8 and the 6700, what should I go for videos, bro? I don't know, man. What are you doing with it? Truthfully, I really probably wouldn't be comparing those two cameras. If you're going to compare the R8, I'd probably, or the 6700, I'd probably look at the R7. Those are probably about equally priced. But so's the R8. I like the sensor, the full frame sensor of the R8. The 6700 has IBIS. So if you are a person that cares about IBIS, that's a plus, right? For video work, I don't know. I really like the R8 a lot. The R8 is really nice. Also, the R8, I'm not 100% positive, but I have a feeling that they are going to be releasing a new model of the R8 Mark II. Really close-up photos. Oh, so you need a macro lens, not a micro camera. Ghost Jeweler. So when you're buying a lens for your photography, your jewelry, think about getting a lens that says macro. It's a macro lens. It allows you to get really close to your subject, so you can get like really close up. Nurse Elsa, why do you think about the DJI Osmo Pocket 3? Tell me your pros and cons. Nothing but pros. The DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is a great camera for if you use it the way it's supposed to be used. It's a great camera. My bad. Thank you for it. No worries, bro. No worries. When you said micro camera, I was like, are you looking for like a small camera? Dude, don't you? Oh, we got a comment from Kick Bowman. What up, Bowman? Dude, don't you know new streaming meta? Shooting alligators, not talking about cameras. I don't like gators. I don't like gators. I'll leave that to the gator shooters. That's funny. We got 1 viewer on Twitch. 0 on Kick. Womp womp. That's all right. Mr. Bowman. I've answered this question like a million times. No content available, Mr. Bowman. I haven't had any negative experiences with Kick yet, which I was expecting some negative experiences with it. All good though. Lo mismo funciona para fotos de insectos. Yep. You need a macro lens if you want to take pictures of insects. 100%. If go for the R8, bro. What budget lens should I go for videos? Probably the 35 millimeter. That's a really nice lens. Yeah, one of my favorite lenses of all time is this lens right here, the 35. Canon RF 35 millimeter f. Oh, this is a macro lens right here, macro. Boom. I probably, if you're looking for jewelry stuff though, I would do the 85 macro. Look at this. I bought this lens in 2021, 5 years ago. Jesus. The Real Beast. Hey, we got a follow. Yo, I shoot sports with my Canon R6 Mark III. Do you recommend shooting electronic or mechanical? For sports, probably mechanical. Definitely mechanical. Thank you for the follow, The Real Beast FN. Appreciate that. Yeah, anytime I'm doing fast moving subjects and I have a camera with a mechanical shutter, I always use the mechanical shutter. I will try the electronic shutter just for like super fast burst speed and stuff like that, but give it a try. Try both of them for sure. Does macro photography require a lot of staging using external lights? Some of it does. Some of it does. Not all of it. What are your thoughts on the... I like the Viltrox 9mm. Super cheap. Nice little budget lens. Levi, thank you for the follow, Levi. Is there a macro lens from Viltrox? I don't know, actually. I don't know if they sell one. What's the difference in why? It's just the mechanical shutter. I don't exactly know the technical aspects of what it technically does that's better. But with electronic shutter, you'll get something that's called like a rolling shutter. And typically, like for example, sports like baseball, golf, tennis, there's like a long swinging object, you know, like a stick or a bat or a tennis racket. And with an electronic shutter, you'll get, or the ball, you know, besides a football, most balls are round. And an electronic shutter will cause rolling shutter. So it'll like elongate the ball and turn it into like an oval. And when it comes to sports photography, you want to keep things looking realistic. So the ball needs to be round essentially. And a mechanical shutter will make sure that it is sharper. Or at least there won't be a rolling shutter. I should do a little explanation video on that because I have some like little tutorials on why it's important. Let's see. What's today? 3/28. But if you want a technical answer, I would just Google it. I'm going to work on a little diagram just so I can explain it visually for people, like a layman's term explanation. No science, I promise. Tripodin, what up, Tripodin? What do you think of the sewer? I'm using one right now. I'm using the 23mm on TikTok. I think I'm at like f1.2, so I'm like really shallow right now. Just got the 64 today. What do you think about it? I like the 64. 64 with a kit lens or R50 with a kit lens? I wouldn't buy any kit lens. But it depends on what you're using it for and how much of a budget you have. If you don't have a large budget, I'd probably go with the 64 so you can get like the Sony E mount. R50 has less native lenses available to it. The Game Solver, do you think Canon L series lenses are far superior than classic Canon lenses? Yes. Yeah, they are far superior. The Real Beast, I would do a free portfolio review, but wait a second. But I don't have you should get a portfolio, bro. You should definitely get a portfolio. If you want to take photography and videography, you know, well, if you want to get paid for it. If you want to get paid for it, you got to have a portfolio because you need something to show people. You know, you need something to show people that you can do what you say that you do. By the way, guys, if you are curious, I am currently, I need to update my little thing here. You're curious what gear I'm using? I'm using an R50 right now. And I'm also using a ZVE 10-2. Sony ZVE 10-2. I need to steal a picture real quick. Borrow a picture, I should say. Let me go with no lens. Here it is. White. Perfect. Which camera photo do I like? I think I like this one. Yeah. Windows Shift S. So these are the cameras that I'm currently using. And then what lens am I using? The 23mm Sigma lens. I think it's this one. Yeah. This lens right here, the 23mm is like quickly becoming like one of my favorite focal lengths. And it's in all white too. She nice, dude. Yeah, so currently using the, this is vertical too, so let's rotate this bad boy. Is it this way or this way? This way. I just upgraded from my Rebel T3 to a Canon. That's a nice upgrade, man. I haven't taken any pictures with it yet. Bro, go outside. If you have the R6 Mark III in your hands right now, that's a dream camera, bro. Go outside and use it. Create YouTube videos with it. Stream with it. Do you stream at all? You should stream. Yeah. R50 for this live or phone? For this live, I'm using on TikTok, I'm using a ZVE 10-2, and for YouTube, I'm using a R50. I like Canon glass better, in my opinion. Should I get an EFS 24 or an RF 28 on my R10? I have an adapter. I think that the EFS 24 is going to be like a true 24. It depends on what you're trying to capture, man. I have the 28mm, and the 28mm on an R10, the 28's a full frame. That'll be like, what is that? 28 times 1.6, guys. Can anybody do the math real quick on that? 28 times 1.6. 44. So that's a 44mm. I got one, but what are your thoughts on the R6 Mark II? I like the R6 Mark II. I had it a while back, but I traded it in for the R6 Mark III. Super Juan, is the 5D Mark III worth restoring? LCD has blue and purple tint and some buttons not working. Depends on how much it costs to fix and how much a working one costs, you know. Miss Anik, hello from Twitch. Hey, we're doing good on Twitch today, guys. Appreciate the views, appreciate the comments. Miss Anik, what's your opinion on Panasonic Lumix G Vario 12 to 18 for a Blackmagic? Is that a lens? Manual focus? F2.8? Ashpash Power iOS for a Blackmagic Pocket 6 4K. I don't know that lens. I am not familiar with that lens, so I do not have an opinion on it. Let's look at it though. Let's take a look at it. Always good to look at new lenses. Aspherical. Aspherical, a spherical power lens, micro 4/3. Kind of expensive. It's a nice range. Micro 4/3 system. Is the Blackmagic Pocket 4K a micro 4/3 sensor? I don't think so. I think it's a full frame, isn't it? Blackmagic. I don't do a lot of converting lenses from one system to another. Oh, it is micro 4/3. Look at that. Yeah, I would say go for it, dude. L Mount Alliance says, yeah, it's kind of cool. Do it. The thing that I know about Blackmagics is, from everybody that uses them, is that they're not the easiest cameras to use. Yeah, I was thinking of the 6K. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I say do it, dude. What are you trying to do with it, Miss Sonique? It's the equivalent of 24 to 70, but it's on, yeah, micro 4/3. Yep, got it. It's making sense. Yeah, what are you trying to do with it? Manual focus zoom. So it doesn't have AF. I guess it depends on what you're trying to do with it. I think it's expensive. It's expensive if it's manual focus. It depends on what you, yeah, not the easiest, but I love mine. I want to make short films. Yeah, if you're handling it and you're using it, like, you know, you're not setting it up as like a talking head video, but you're actually physically holding it, then do it for sure. It'll probably give you some nice do you own it already? If you own it already, you tell me. Perry FX, what other cameras would you suggest me for 17? I've had my eye upgrade to. You should do it, Perry FX. R6 Mark II or the A7 IV is really nice as well. Zero Connections, what up, Zero Connections? Thanks for joining, buddy. I presume you're East Coast of America. What time of day do you normally stream? I stream a couple times a day, usually in the morning around 8 a.m. And then right now it's 9 a.m. my time. And then I'll stream later on tonight. Already have a focus. Oh, sick. Yeah, not the easiest. Yeah, cool. I am practicing my focus pulling and like my manual focus, because sometimes I need it, you know? Sometimes I need it for like product shots and stuff like that. But if you're using it to create like little short films and stuff, that's so cool, dude. Very, very cool. Send me over a link to your portfolio. I'd love to check out your work, Miss Anik. Thoughts on the Sony 6700? Love the 67. Nope, I am looking for a good zoom and saw this one. Okay, yeah. Micro 4/3 lenses are usually cheaper than this. But if this one's expensive, again, I can't speak to it because I've never personally used it. But I'd be watching videos all day about this lens if I was you. I'm sure you've done this, but I would punch this right into control copy, right into YouTube. And then once you did that, I would make a video about it. Yeah. Micro 4 nerds. This is funny. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be watching a bunch of videos about it. For sure. And there's a bunch of YouTube videos on it, so I like primes. Yeah, I definitely like primes for my what's a 35 on micro 4/3? What would that be, like 60 something, 70 something? Or is my math backwards? Also, sick mic and headset combo. I use the same. Yeah, the Wave DX is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm trying to, Miss Anik, I'm trying to find other camera nerds and other content creators on Twitch, you know, that don't focus on gaming so much. So if that's you, let me know so I can give you a follow. Manual focus, the full frame is 2x. Okay, so 35 is 70. Oh, I was close. I was close. Look at that. Yeah, it's a little tight for me. On prime lenses for video, I usually like on crop sensors to be like at 16, 24, and 35 at the max, but that's on a crop sensor. On full frame, I like 24, 35, and 50. I recently got a 45 millimeter lens on full frame. It is so nice, dude. So nice. I am just starting off with filming. Got no work yet. All good. You got to practice, though. You got to practice. Feel free to check out my other links, Miss Anik. My YouTube channel. I got a bunch of content over there so you can get a feel. Instagram, TikTok, all the jazz. On all the platforms, I say this to everybody. On every single platform that I have, I post different types of content. So I don't often cross-post my stuff. So wherever you follow me, you'll see like a different type of content from me. Over on TikTok, Car, what do you think about the 18-150 RF lens for sports and portrait? Keep or looking something better? What 18-150? Is that the Tamron or the Sigma? I can't remember an 18-150. If it's a variable app, it depends on the cost too. Depends on how much it is. Yeah, it depends on how much it is. Oh, I finally got an excellent stream on my Twitch. It used to say like overloaded or something like that. YouTube is kicking strong. I'm gonna return it and get the A7 IV. Hey, my ZVE1 came, but there was an error. Ordered it white, but black came. I'm gonna return it and get the A7 IV. Why are you doing that? You decided to get the I thought you needed the 12 megapixel sensor. I thought that's why you were getting it. It's a kit lens for newer Canon cameras. Got it. Kit lens, kit lenses are fine to get started with. If I'm gonna buy a kit lens, what I would tell you to do is to buy it used. Buy kit lenses used. 18-150 RF. Let's see, RF 18-150. Yeah, I would buy this bad boy used. Yeah, $484 used, and then brand new, how much was it? So you'd save like 150, what did I say? So 569 new, 570, we'll call it 600. $600 used versus 500. So you save $100. I would buy it used if you're going to buy it. Miss Anik, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Much love. I'll check out your channel later on. Yeah, feel free to drop your socials just so I can keep track. If you're interested in sharing, I'd love to see what you come up with. Hey, with the D800 for lens sports, what should I get? 70 to 200. What kind of headphones are those? They have a mic. Yeah, they have a mic. It's right here. I rarely use it though. It has a mic that's like built into it, but I never use it. These are called I forget. I have them on my my list here. Guys, if you guys are interested in anything that I am currently using, I have in my first link in bio on my YouTube channel, TikTok, and across the board, I have a parts list of everything that I use, from my YouTube setup to my workstation to the lenses. I own 100% of the stuff here, or I did own. Some stuff I've sold over the years. Let's see if I can find it. My workstation, probably here. Yeah, these ones. These are the ones that I bought. I remember them being, I don't remember them having colors. So if I knew that they had colors, I would have bought the white ones. Arctis Nova 7 wireless Gen 2. I bought mine a long time ago though. There could be newer ones. But after watching A7 IV reviews and after post, the results were similar. That'll be tough to say, but I hear what you're saying. I think the A7, either one's a great camera. I think you're gonna love the A7 V. I use Nikon Z50, but want to get an A7 IV. The Sony's a bit expensive though. What do you recommend? I like the A7 IV. Yeah. Jose Para, good morning. Yeah, for sure. The A7 V is a brand new camera, dude. You're gonna love it. There's nothing about it that you'll be like, oh darn. You know, it's a top of the line camera. It literally came out in December, right? Yeah, it came out like 3 months ago. It is a top prosumer camera. 100%. Is there anything 7200 wise for APS-C that's 2.8 or lower? 70 to 2. I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, you can get a what is there? There might be something from Sigma for a crop sensor, but you can use the full frame lens on a crop sensor. If there's an A7S IV, then might trade it in down the line if A7 V is not sufficient for my use case. Yeah, I don't think that they'll make an A7S IV. I have a weird prediction with Sony that, you know how the FX2 came out with that little viewfinder, that little thing that like moved up and down? I don't know why, but I think that they might be crazy, and on the A7, I'm sorry, the FX3 Mark II, I think they're going to do something like that, and they're going to discontinue the A7S IV, and then that line's going to be dead. Just a crazy thought though, just a crazy thought, because the FX2, you know, with that little eye, that little viewfinder thing that they did that rotated, I thought that was kind of a neat idea, that they were probably like testing it out. And in the FX3 Mark II, they're going to combine the FX3 and the the A7S line and like put it together. Yeah, A7 V is going to be good, bro. You got a camera for the next like 5-6 years, bro. 100%. For my Canon R50, what kind of zoom lens should I get for sports? 70 to 200. The number one sports lens that you should get, like you should try getting at the very first one you should try to get, is a 70 to 200 at a bare minimum. 70 to 200 is it, dude. Is it? All right, for the rest of the stream, I think I'm gonna jump into doing some photo edits. But I got my 24 to 70 G Master though. Oh, nice. That's a nice lens, dude. That's a nice lens. Yeah, it's a really nice lens. Yeah, I remember you had pulled the trigger on it. Yeah, it's funny to me that you upgraded so fast. You didn't even spend a day with it. Yeah, let's open up Lightroom. So I was doing some street photography a couple days ago, and I got a couple good ones. Couple good photos. None of them are gonna win many awards or anything like that, but all because they missed the color. Now I spent more, still within my 5K budget though. Yeah, I think you made, I don't know, I don't want to say you made the right call, but the A7 IV is definitely like 100% hybrid camera. Like that is like 50-50 photo video. And I think that's a better call for like most people. The ZVE1 is, in my opinion, like 90 to 80% video. You know what I mean? How do you submit pictures for awards? You find publications that are running contests and then you just submit your photos to them. I've never done anything like that. I just say like, you know, I'm not going to win any awards because some of my street photos that I shoot just for fun, they're just like bathroom art kind of photos. You know what I mean? They're not like anything too crazy. But these are all raw photos. And I saw this fire truck and I thought that this fire truck is really cool because they have Chinatown written on them. House of Dragons Firehouse, which is really cool, you know? Yeah. No, you made the right decision, in my opinion, for sure. For sure. I think you'll be happier with it. I don't think I got any decent pictures of this fire truck. That fire truck is always open though, so let's see. Let's see if there's anything here. I usually like to do C41. Yeah, this is a little overexposed. No, I don't really like any of these photos. What I liked was these dragons. I thought the dragons were really cool. Yeah, I don't think the A7 IV has open gate, but most people that don't know how to use it don't really need to, you know? I use open gate for my work, but it requires a lot of extra things like big ass memory cards, battery packs. I caught this guy smoking a ciggy. Let's see, do we have a good shot of him right here? Here we go, cool. All right, so let's do Brooklyn, looks cool. I kind of like the blue a little bit. Eckert, a little soft. Saltwater taffy, let's do this saltwater taffy. Yeah, I like Gerald Undun's videos too, for sure. Gerald Undun's, Frono's photos. Frono's photo. Let's straighten this up. Is this straight? I think it's pretty straight. There we go. We cut off his shoes a little bit, which is a shame, but that's okay. I can load a 7200 on my RS4 Mini with the ZVE10 being light. Can you? How does it handle the weight? Does it work? Yeah, I've never put that much weight onto my RS4 Mini. I just use it for my smaller builds. I'm trying to see that if I can find a photo that I didn't cut off this guy's shoes. If I can find one that didn't cut off his shoes, that would be cool. Oh, here we go. Oh, and he's looking right at me too. He's like, who's this guy? Gotcha. Canon for sure. Yeah, I'm using the Canon R5 Mark II on these photos. I always try to capture people smoking cigarettes. If I see people with a cigarette, their photo is getting taken. I'm almost done with this set. And then this was late last week, I think. Oh, here he's blowing out the smoke. Is that cool? Or is it cooler where he's holding it? I wish I would have gotten his hand in focus, but I think I was focusing on his face. Camera lover, bro, I'm still confused to choose a camera. Is there any Nikon Canon with a kit lens? I'm not sure, dude. I think you should just make a decision. You've been in here, camera lover. You've been in here enough times that you've gotten all the knowledge that you need, bro. You just need to make a decision. You just gotta pick one, bro. That's it, man. Make a decision. Yeah, and there's nothing to be confused about. Just pick one. Oh, I saw this couple holding hands. Let's see, did I get them in focus? Oh yeah, they are in focus. Cool. A little too blue. Let me see if I can bring back this sky right here. No, it doesn't really work. Let's see. Let me delete that. Yeah, that data is shot back there. I think that's probably the best it'll get. A little overexposed, but actually, you know what? We're gonna crop it in just a smidgen. What about the Nikon Z30? The Nikon Z32, I think, exists, right? Yeah, I would just pick one, man. At this point, bro, you just gotta pick one. Control copy. Just pick one, bud. Just do it. Is the Sirui anamorphic adapter worth the 270 because an anamorphic lens is about 270? I don't know. I don't do a lot of anamorphic video. I'm gonna see if these guys spot me. If they look directly at my lens. By the way, when I'm looking at people like this, I'm actually waving at them behind the camera. Like I'm trying to get their attention. So that they look at me for a quick second. Do I look like a crazy person? Yeah. All right. So that's all the photos. All right, cool. So this is this collection. You guys want to see the final collection? rated. These are all the photos that I took this day. This one didn't work out. I tried to get her in motion. I was just still testing. Oh, I got this guy. Look at this guy. And then I caught him looking at me too, but look at this guy's mustache. This was a normal shot, nothing too crazy here. I've taken this photo like 1,000 times. Have you ever made someone mad by taking a picture of them? Never. Never. In the United States, you can take photos of whatever you want, as long as it's in public. As long as it's in public. I'm also not an asshole about it, you know? I'm also not a big jerk. What about the Sony 6500? What cameras did I recommend to you already? I think, this is the little robot. So Philadelphia just got these robots downtown that deliver you food. They're kind of cool. I've seen a couple with broken wheels already. Oh, and then I spotted these guys. These guys were rocking. He was running an FX6, I think, with like a big ass rig. And then I waved at him and he gave me a portrait. Came out pretty good. Yeah. Anytime I see another photographer in the wild or a videographer in the wild, I'm always going to take their photo. This one, I was trying to see if she would stand out a little bit, but it didn't really work too well. Oh, this guy had like a jawline that was like, holy shit. Look at this guy. He looks like he's chewing rocks. Like, talk about a square jawline, you know? Yeah, this guy looked kind of cool. I tried to get him walking through the crosswalk, but he was like looking for cars and stuff, trying not to get hit. But if I would have gotten him in the middle of this crosswalk, kind of like this woman over here, I think I would have gotten a better photo. This one, I thought the sun was kind of cool. The way that the sun was hitting the building was kind of neat. This building right here, this is City Hall in Philadelphia. Then I turned it black and white. And then I saw this dog. If I see a dog, I'm taking a picture of him. Guy on a motorcycle. I thought this car, this Land Rover looked really cool to me. It had a nice like trim package with the wheels and the red brakes. Love statue, classic Philadelphia. Here's the same picture a little bit further away with the sun. Spotted a flag. Can't go wrong with a flag. Oh, and then this girl right here. I saw her taking photos of City Hall as well. With her camera. She was using an Olympus, I think. No, it wasn't Olympus, it was a Pentax. And again, I waved to her. And then I got her fully cropped in a little bit more. So this is a nice portrait. It's probably the best photo that I took this day. Then I went up to her and started talking to her, and she was from Germany, from Deutschland. And she had a cool German accent. And then I made a fool of myself talking to her, trying to speak German. That made her giggle though, but you know, no big deal. Here's another woman smoking. This one in color didn't really work, so I made it black and white just to like make it work, you know? When in doubt, make it black and white. Oh, here's a bird. Here's a bird because everybody knows that birds aren't real, so I always photograph them for proof. Government drones. That one in color laid a little flat, so I turned it black and white just to see, get some options. Then I spotted this guy with some flowers as he was crossing the road. I was trying to get his attention too, but I wasn't able to. Found this police officer, Officer Cohen, looking right at me. Again, the way that I get these guys to look directly at me is that I raise my hand and I point at my camera. So whenever I'm photographing, I'm like this. You know, I put my camera down, I wave at them, and then I point at my camera, and then I put my lens up. And if they're cool, they'll smile or they'll like wave or something. And if they're not, they'll look away, and then that's a clear sign that they don't want their photo taken. You know, it's not the end of the world. Here's his partner, who was more decked out. Soe Janto. Officer Soe Janto. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but he had a lot more gear. And then I was trying to take pictures of birds in flight, but my shutter speed was way too slow. Here's another bird. He's like, brr. Fucking pigeon. Yeah, my shutter speed was way off on these, but that's okay. Again, look, they got like red feet. Oh, these are like the Nike shoes that they're called pigeons or whatever, because they got like the red feet or whatever. Those are kind of cool. Another guy on a bike in Chinatown. He looks like a delivery driver, delivering food and stuff. Oh, this guy looked pretty cool. He had like a scar on his eyebrow right here. Yeah, this guy was a handsome fellow, and I caught his attention, so. And then I made it black and white just to add some options here. And then yesterday was it yesterday? No, Thursday. I did go do some more street photography. So I got another collection. I think I like this one, where it kind of gives me a little bit of a side eye. But this one is less in focus than this one, so I might opt for this one being the photo that I use. Oh, and these people caught me photographing. There was one of those robots here, and I was like, the woman in the center is very pretty, so we'll photograph her. It's a good-looking group of friends, you know. But I put her in the center because when I spotted her, I was like, oh, she's good-looking. She's an attractive person. If you see an attractive person, you photograph them. And here's another person smoking with a little bit of smoke in her. Like she just exhaled. Chinatown is a cool spot. I don't know if I like the edit of this being of her being so small in the frame, but I do like capturing this no stopping sign in the frame. I don't know if it adds balance or not. I haven't really decided. In color, it looks great, I think. And then I added it in black and white, and I tightened it up a little bit. And I think she looks good in frame. If this bike was in here, and we could, if I had caught her just like 1 foot to the other side where we can see her whole body, that would have been a cool photo. Are these raw or edited? These all have soft edits. These are edited right here. Yeah, they are. What did I do to them? So like this is a pretty. Actually, I can show you like. If I make a virtual copy, just this is an example. Like this is why I use cameras that have like higher megapixels, because I do a lot of cropping. But if I create a virtual copy of this, And then I go to revert to original. I think I can do. Can I do that? Tools. How do I do that? Reset all settings. Here we go. So this is the original photo right here. This is the photo, how I shot it. And this is, what is this at? I took this at 168 millimeters. So I'm using my 70 to 200 right here. And how many megapixels? This one is 50. Gerald, what up, Gerald? This one is 45, the R5. So I'm able to really punch in a lot on 45. And you can punch in more on like, 60, the A7 R5. And then what I did with this photo right here is that I cropped it in to make it look like this. And then I added a color grade on it, or a preset on it. And then I was thinking, like, I would just talk through it. I only got 32.5. 32.5 is good too, though. 32.5 is good. It comes with its trade-offs, you know? You took your R6 Mark III. Bro, it is. What did you have before, Gerald? I told you, man. I told you. What did you have before? And can you speak a little bit on it so that the rest of the chat and the rest of the world can think that I'm not the only crazy person? Yeah, I had the you had the EOS R, right? So anyways, about this photo here, this is the original. This is the one-time edit. And then I thought, like, I talked through it a little bit, that I liked the frame of her looking really small in the frame. And I also liked this sign being here as another point of interest. But because I couldn't decide on if I liked it or not, I cropped it in one more time to get her in frame. And I think it's better. I also got the R6 Mark III. Yeah, dude, it's a fire camera, dude. Yeah, I have the R6 Mark III as well. I use my favorite lens that I was using on it thus far was the new 45. Do any of you guys got the new 45? Yeah, so that's this camera here. And then I caught this guy peeling an onion, I think, or an orange. Peeling an orange. So, yeah. That is a steal. Is that USD? Yeah, that's a crazy steal, bro. Congratulations. I'm learning how shutter, aperture, ISO work together. Yeah, those are fundamentals, man. Then you guys saw me edit this photo. Actually, I kind of like this color grade a little bit more than the one that I used over here. So let me create a virtual copy of this guy. And then add this color grade to it. That works. We'll turn it down a little bit. That's fine. And then this couple over here also look kind of cool as well. Create virtual copy. So whenever I find an edit that I like, I usually just copy it and then try to add a different it doesn't really work on this one. There we go. That works better. Possible for me to search up raw pictures so I can try to edit them. I don't have any. You got to go outside, bro. Just go outside. Have you set up your R6 Mark III? Yeah, just go outside, dude. I know that, like, you know, not everybody lives in a major urban city or an urban environment where there's a lot of interesting characters, interesting people, but I promise you, just by yeah, you live in DC. What the fuck, dude? I have a whole collection of photos in DC. Yeah, you should go outside. Take a walk. Especially, oh, bro, you know what would be really cool? Since you live out there, I've always tried to go out there during the cherry blossom seasons. I don't know where the cherry blossom area is, but I think it's near the Washington. Is it near the Washington Monument or near like where Lincoln is? I just can't. You can go right now, dude. Go outside right now, dude. And even if you can't go outside, like I'm saying that kind of facetiously, like, you know, kidding a little bit, but like just take photos around the house, dude. Practice your still life. You know what I mean? I have so many photos of my cat, of my plants, of looking outside my window. Raw photos are cool, dude. Yeah, I don't know which edit I like better. But again, like I said, what I do when I find a composition or a photo that I like, I create a virtual copy of it, and then I play around with the framing, you know, to see if there's anything anything interesting, and then I also play with the shape of the crop. Just to see, you know, there might be something there. This actually works pretty good. I might catch his eye right here, and then I might unlock this and then kind of open them up right here. Actually, a 1x1 might be cool. Yeah, 1x1 works. And then I just add some linear gradients here, just kind of tone down the exposure to shape them in a little bit. You know, nothing too crazy. Just to give the floor some dimension. Just a little bit. Just to frame them in slightly, not too much. Just like a kiss, you know? The cherry blossoms are everywhere. I'm just practicing and getting... What the hell is that? I got some workers outside. Something moved outside my windows and it like startled me. I live on the second floor, so nothing should be outside my windows. Am I a little too dark now? There we go. Julia, you're still here, Julia? You've been quiet. What software are you using to color? This is Lightroom. This is Lightroom, and I'm just adding presets. I bought these presets, and then I kind of fiddle with them, you know? That is another good, interesting talking point right there, is like presets. Presets, when you buy presets, they're not meant to just be like slapped on and then forget it and like move on, right? You have to add a little bit of tweaking to them. You have to add just a little bit of tweaking. The cherry blossoms are everywhere. No, but there's one. I'm sure that they are everywhere, the Real Beast FN, but there's one area of DC where everybody goes every year, and the cherry blossoms are totally lined up around, and I can't remember exactly where it is, but you're probably right. They are everywhere. They're everywhere in Philly too, but there's one spot in DC that is like known for that. I guess in the photographer world it's known. I could be right. Yeah, that's cool. Plain spot at Gravely. So many opportunities to shoot in DC. That's the main reason I can't go out right now. Oh, getting mentally ready for a national tournament. All good, bro. All good, bro. Yeah, I am thinking eventually on like my YouTube channel, or actually I might offer this for like a paid tier, because I take a lot of photos all the time, and people have asked me before for raw photos. What I'll do for like subscribers or for paid tier members is that I'll offer like a free raw photo package, where if you're interested in following along, or you're interested in editing the photos with me, or you just want some raw photos, some raw files, I'll provide the files with one caveat, like they can't be used for anything to make money, because they're free photos, and I also don't have licensing for these guys, you know. And if they're used improperly, my metadata is attached to them anyway, so they won't be used improperly, because nobody's gonna make money off of these photos, you know what I mean? But I am thinking about doing something like that. You're in my ear and I'm doing stuff around the house. Are you setting up a photo shoot, Julia? Photo shoot. Oh, you know what I can do? I can add a photo shoot sound. That's what I'll do. I'm adding more and more sound effects. Add photo shoot sound. How much are your presets? These presets I bought from somebody else. They are Frono's Photos presets. Maybe I'll create my own presets one day, but what I'd rather do really for real is I'd rather sell like a one-time course and teach you how to do this. You know what I mean? And just or do a free YouTube video. Yeah, and then just say, hey, this is how I edit my photos, you know? My photos editing isn't like crazy. Oh, Julia, did you want to see the I did a little Easter one yesterday, but today is a ooh. Did you want to see my final photos of this shoot, Julia? Vic, I have a whole Aperture sound pack. I'll send you if you want. I have my own sound design software. I appreciate it though. I appreciate it. How much are your presets? I did a little Easter. Yeah, Gerald, I appreciate it though. Yeah, I have a subscription to like sound effects and like all this stuff. Sigma or Sony? Yes. All right. So this is the first photo. We came out of this shoot with a total of 48 photos, and I can't remember how many I shot. Oh, I shot 942 photos, and out of those, I chose 48. So this was the girl at the very beginning that I didn't. I wish I would have captured her a little bit walking across the street. This is Mr. Mustache Man. Andy Montalvo. Wait, do you sell them or nah? The presets? No, I don't sell the presets. But I'm thinking about creating a free YouTube video about how I edit, just to see if anybody's interested. Yeah, Mr. Mustache Man here with the glorious. When I grow up, I'm gonna have a mustache like this guy right here. I bought a creator pack from Ocular Sounds. Oh, I have one of those too. Ocular, was it Ocular? Mine was a little bit more. I love buying sound packs, dude. Sound packs are so cool, man. Like hits and like, I forget what they're called, but there's like a bunch of different names for them. This is City Hall right here. When I was live during the session, it's like, are you in France or London? I was like, no, this is just what this building looks like here in Philly. Yeah, I will. I love sound packs. Yeah, I love sound packs. This was a car that I saw. Not that interesting of a photo. Here's our little robot friend. Here are these two photographers. Probably one of the better portraits, probably number 2 or 3 out of this set was this guy right here. This guy came out pretty good. Gave me a nice big smile. This picture actually came out pretty good too. I think it works better in black and white. I might go out today and go take any tips. Also think I missed your response to use. I do not sell the preset packs. I'm thinking about just creating a YouTube video of just how I edit, you know? It wouldn't be very long, 5-10 minutes or so. But I am doing the Real Beast FN. If you're not following on YouTube or Twitch, I suggest that you do, because I'm going to be doing a lot of these lives where I spend some time editing. I have another street photography day that I did that I'll be editing probably later on. I also do portfolio reviews and stuff like that. And I have a bunch of content on YouTube as well. And then here's a doggo I follow everywhere. Appreciate it, bro. I found the pup. Anytime I see a dog, got a photograph. Teo Chapin on TikTok. All right, bet. Bet. Yeah, I appreciate you hanging out wherever you guys prefer to hang out, whether it be Kick, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube. You know, all good. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel up to 4K by the end of this month. I'm getting close. What about the wallflowers outside the cafe? Oh, that was a different photo picture, a different street day. This is still from 3-4 days ago. 5 days ago, I can't remember when I did these. The ones with the cafe are from another set that I haven't even imported yet. So these are the selects from, it was either early this week or last week. And then here's the girl, here's the German girl. Encoding overload. Consider turning down your video settings. Turning down my video. So let's turn this off, I guess. I'm not doing a top-down shot. It says you guys are buffering right now. I wonder how I fix that. I'll have to spend some time because it pops up and then it goes away. So I'll have to turn down some settings. There we go. The Twitch is paused. Yeah. I just got the notification that my streaming signal went down. Unstable. It says the average stream bitrate is too high. It'll come back up though. Turning down video settings or using a faster encoding preset. I'll have to fiddle with that later. Let me write that in my notes, actually. Find best encoder presets for OBS. I'll do some research there. I thought it was just me. No, it comes and goes from time to time. I think what I need to do is that I'll figure it out. Actually, you know what? Let me do this. Let me try it right now that we're live. Let me try turning this off. Because I'm casting like my do a, what is it called? Media source clone? Nope. Window capture? Nope. Application capture. I think that's what it's called, right? No, not that. What is it called, guys? I forget. I don't want to capture the display. I want to capture just the application. Is it window capture? Lightroom, here we go. Nope. Okay. Rename We're figuring this out together, you guys. Figuring this out together. Nurse Elsa, what are you asking? I can't read from that far away. 1 second. Wondering how do you set up a camera to go live on TikTok? Explain to me the setup, please. So I have multiple cameras set up to HDMI to a capture card. And you can't see the center photo, which is weird. Library, is it here? Yeah, it is. Interesting. So yeah, so this is the photo here. So I have OBS opened to, if you just want to go straight to TikTok, you can just add a camera source to TikTok Live Studio. And I have my cameras hooked up via a, what is it called? Via a capture card. And a capture card, you can use something that looks like this. This is a capture card. It turns your HDMI output into USB. And these are about 70, 80 bucks. And then you can hook it up to your TikTok Studio. Or you can, if you have a camera that has USB output, USB-C output, you can link up your USB-C to USB-C on your PC or laptop. And it'll act as a webcam. And then you select it as a webcam. Yep. I thought it was just me. Which Fro packs do you? I bought all of them. I don't really love the Fro packs, all of them. They're not all like, I don't like all of the presets that he has. They're good to start though. I use it for these entire collection. I'm looking for another nicer one, a little bit more of my style. So I'm always buying preset packs and stuff. Cool, thanks. Yeah, Nurse Elsa, what setup do you currently have? What camera do you have? If you tell me specifically what you got going on, I can give you some more detailed info. But it isn't as complex as as I made out mine to be. All you need is the camera, a camera that's capable of hooking up via USB-C out, video out to USB-C into your PC, or a capture card with HDMI and hook that into your PC. And then go live. My system is a little complex because I have like multiple cameras. I have like 5 cameras right now and like a top-down shot as well. So that was pretty much the problem, guys. As soon as I turned off my video capture for my actual screen, it started behaving better when I did the application. So yeah, and I also have this top-down shot right here so people can see what I'm working on. If I have a camera on my desk and stuff, you know? Let me rename this. Rename this Lightroom. Lightroom. I use Lightroom Classic, yeah. Cool, thanks. I just use my iPhone, but looking to upgrade to a camera. Oh, cool. If you're looking for a camera to upgrade to, the R50V is the camera that I always recommend to everybody. It's the R50V. Yeah, the R50V is the one that I like a lot. All right, so moving along. Yeah, this portrait is definitely my favorite for the day. I'm definitely going to be posting this because I got a nice little moment with her that I recorded as well. Then I got this lady smoking a ciggy. No clue what brand. The Real Beast, the presets you use for this shoot, like the color pops for street photography. Where did you get? Frono's Photo. FronosPhoto.com is where I got them. If you know, do you know who Frono's Photo is? He's just a YouTuber, pretty big YouTuber. He talks about cameras and sells presets and shit. Hey, I found back short film I made with some friends when I was still in school 2 years ago. It was made in Rotterdam. Cool. Can I share a link to the movie with you? Yeah, for sure. Send it to me. I'll check it out later. And if it's appropriate for stream, I can show it to my viewers, or we can watch it on stream. Canon R50V. Yeah, the Canon R50V, I have one right here, actually. It's this camera right here. I have two of them. I'm actually filming right here. This camera that I'm filming with is an R50V, and then this camera is an R50V as well. I have two of these bad boys. This right here is like the perfect content creator camera. Very, very nice. It's a little expensive once you get all the lenses and all the stuff that you need, but it's really nice. Yeah, lady smoking a ciggy. Black and white. Classic black and white photo. We got a government drone here. You got this guy taking flowers to somebody. Got it in black and white. Officer Cohen right here. We got Officer Cohen. His partner. We got another government drone. Another government drone. This one spotted me. This one's on to me. He's like, hey. What's this guy doing? Captain Williams, 100-400 EF, same as 600 RF. Went out to 400 EF on a crop sensor. Yeah, it'll be close. 600. It'll be 300. So 6 plus 400 to yeah. It'll be 600. 600 and it'll be like 400 and some change. Or I'm sorry, 600 and some change. So what you do is you do 400 times 1.6. Yeah. It is appropriate for stream. Yeah, I'll check it out. Let me add it to my thing. I'll check it out and we'll do a little review on it later on. I'll add it to my notes so I don't forget. Yeah, we'll check it out. Yeah, let me know the details. I'll be back later on to do some more streaming. That one is the real spy. Yeah, this one right here is the real spy. This one's the leader. This one's like, hey. Who's this guy over here? This was probably another one of my favorite portraits. So the girl, the German girl, and this young fella right here. I also did like the Asian guy smoking too. Yeah, this guy turned out pretty great. This one was okay. This guy, I like this guy a lot. He's like, who's that guy? What's he doing? He's like, I hope he doesn't show this to my wife. I promised her I'd quit smoking. And then this couple was nice too. Good looking couple. Look at that jawline on this guy right here. He's like, my name is Han. Yeah, that's a good looking couple. And then I got a couple options for them. And that's it. That's it for this set right here. Yeah, that is it for that set. Let me save this and then close it down. What focus points do you use? Sometimes I use not spot focus, expand area. Expand area, servo. I'm on servo. Sometimes I use AI focus. Does the R6 Mark III have AI focus? If not, I use servo. This was taken on the R5 Mark II, by the way. Yeah, but definitely my number one photo for this session was this girl right here. She was probably the best one. It looks like Mr. Ben Franco's about to like embrace her, doesn't it? Like she's about to get hugged. Yeah, so Gerald, I would encourage you to try them all, man. to try them all, because they're all used for different things, right? So depending on what you photograph, you know. And also, Gerald, I'm going to be doing free portfolio reviews later on tonight. So if you get a nice collection of photos, jump back into the live later tonight so I can take a look at some of your stuff and we can just talk about it, you know. That goes for everybody. The ask for the free portfolio reviews is just for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then you'll get added to a comment on TikTok, DM on TikTok, and then you get added to a queue, and that's it. That is pretty much it. So I already got one person's video. If she's here later on, we will review her video project that she had. 1 viewer, 3 followers. Kick. Yeah, if you guys aren't following on Twitch, I'd really appreciate a follow, trying to grow that slowly. Woo, look, on Kick, I got 3 followers, and on Twitch, I got 3 followers. Yes! Slowly but surely, boys. Today was probably my best stream for Twitch. Twitch has been like my least performing. I'm just practicing and deleting. Come on, Gerald. Come on, Gerald. Come on, buddy. We all got to start somewhere, man. Also on TikTok, I'm doing like live street photo walks, like street photography walks. Very nice set. Yeah, I think they came out nice. Especially this guy right here, Mr. Mustachio. My stuff is trash, bro. Bro, think about it, man. You have no excuse for your stuff to be trash. You have literally one of the best cameras on the market, man. If not the best prosumer camera. I uploaded it to my YouTube for easy reviewing, and I put the gear we used in the bio. Sick. Sick. Yeah, so if you're here later, Miss Anik, I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that right. If you're here later on, we'll review it live with everybody. Yep. Yeah. But what was I saying? Oh, on TikTok, I do live street photography walks. So you get to see me in like real time taking these photos. You know, and I talk a little bit about the process, about like what I'm looking for, what I don't like here, what I don't like there, you know, why I took this photo, why I didn't take that photo. The number one question, though, maybe I should make a video about that. The number one question I get, and I get it, I guess it's because a lot of people don't live in the United States, but like, do people get mad at you when taking photos? And the answer is no. Taking photos, which is maybe a reason why people like those street photography lives. Check you out later heading. All right, Gerald, catch you later, bro. Heading some motorsports. Woo-wee. You too, broski. That'll be some nice photos, man. Yeah. Yeah, very, very cool. Actually, I'm also gonna bounce, guys. I gotta go eat some breakfast. So I will catch you all later. Julia, thank you so much for hanging out. Miss Anik, it was nice to meet you. Gerald, adios. I'll see y'all later.